Trying to find a way to, anyway.
We're working
Currently
on it.
hatching a plan on how to finally off both of them, but right now there's more important things at stake.
Things such as
Child's
Sikor's
life.
Emperor. My niece's life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This wolf in sheep's clothing has Rick just taken a call in it, and we have adopted the term, the name. It's quite obsessed with young Svenja. I don't
She
need to
gets this
spell
sort
it
of
out. That's bad.
grimace on her face, this sort of putrid, like, ugh, like look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans then? For protecting Svenja?
You already have people retrieving her.
And after?
Has Silas divulged their idea? Up there, go for it.
I assumed we talked about this, you know, like as
I
we're
figured.
sending
Talk
the
about
team
now.
away. Okay. I can teleport her quite far. The twins.
She gets another grossed out look, but not as intense on her face when you say the twins.
I know. It's I know.
It's at least a
but
noble's
it's-
house.
It's
And
better
we
than
have people there.
When you say
And
noble
it's-
touch, she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's alright.
Yeah, see, yeah, okay, yeah.
Just gotta flex.
It's like, oh, okay, it's fine.
And the
Poor
secrets of
but-
Slayers are not far.
Good. Very good. She nods up and down, looking off and away, putting a hand to her chin, musing for a moment. Very good.
March gets a tingle in the back of his mind. Can Sloan do a heart sense on her?
Sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about that when we were mentioning stuff. I was like, I have no way to check this.
What do you mean, bro? It's all good.
Oh, hush.
Go ahead and put
What?
that in.
Next to Dad. I'm kidding.
It could make that save, unfortunately.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hush. Hush up.
She rolled so bad. She had the +6, she rolled so bad.
She is true neutral.
And okay. Current emotional state?
I try not to make a really long thing, so I usually just try to pick like some adjectives. Distressed, annoyed, or aggravated. I guess relatively similar things. Ambitious, vying, paranoid.
Okay.
She probably has some of her own plans in the background that she's not divulging to you guys, which is why she wants to know your plans so she can account for them in her plans.
Mm-hmm. Then I think at that, once my little pixie friend whispers at my ear, I think March will just kind of take a half step forward and say, "And what are you planning?"
She's still looking away as you walk. You take a step forward, and as you say that, she turns to look at you, hand still cradling her chin. I'm planning how to keep people safe. Myself amongst that number.
Of course. Anyway, we could assist in that.
Where do you all plan to have your engagement? If it's out in the farmland, as much as I hate the thought, it will be good fertilizer. A lot of the harvest has already been done. We could set flame to it if it can be contained properly.
Let's also
And if
tell
you all can
you-
take the heat.
That's a big factor.
Looks at
All
me.
the better for people on the walls to shoot through.
Ooh. And what about boots on the ground, but would he be able to hide, ambush it proper?
I don't know. I suppose that's your jurisdiction as adventurers. And as the people in charge of town currently.
Yes, but I'm not familiar with your farmland.
I'm not the deepest insights on them either. The farmers are. But from my general understanding, there are a number of irrigation canals that span through it. They take in lake water that you could, if you're small enough or able to compress yourself enough, you could lay into. Or you can take to entrenching. Bust out the shovels, deepen the canals. We can fill them back up later, assuming anyone's still alive.
You said entrenching, I bit my lip.
Oh, Sabrina's your sort of woman then, huh? If
Mark
you guys
bites
want to
his lip.
take, if you guys want to take the fight here in town, well, many hands makes heavy work lighter. I can begin having the guards set up stashes, ammunition caches, that sort of thing. I want to remind all of you, this is a very far out frontier town. We are no strangers to a fight. Do I believe in the bravery and courage of every guardsman here? No, not at all. Some of them will break and buckle and rout. But it's a numbers game. And if we can give any of you any form of number, that's one more you have.
I
Understood.
think it's one more that we'll take.
You guys can see Vaso out of the corners of your eye just sort of furrow his brow at the it's a numbers game part.
Who did? Vaso?
Vaso did.
Mr. Paladine, something vexing you?
She turns her attention to him. I'm not a fan of putting people's lives on the line as numbers. Not the strategist, then, are you? He frowns at that. No, I'm more of a tactician. Then let's hope your tactics on the ground will make up for any morality in your strategy.
If we attack it out in the farmlands, we can close in on it in melee, and I do like that idea of setting fire to the fields, trap it in, or at least blind it. People on the wall can shoot it from afar. That being said, I'm not sure if the guards' mundane weapons can harm the thing, but if they can, then having a slew of guardsmen on the wall, that could be a great boon.
You think it would
I'm
be
not-
better positioned as a defensive force just to make sure it can't run away?
I'm not particularly a fan of setting fire to the fields. Not for the scorched earth policy. But it traps us in too, and we need a bit more breathing capability than it.
Who is that?
Oscar.
Okay. It's only scorched earth policy if something's being lost. They've already had their harvest, so there's not much being lost. That said, I see what you mean. It can't run away, or it would get burned if it tried.
Well, what if it has
It
something
did.
We're
that-
trapped.
It did sort of jump like 20 feet in the air last time, so how
Yeah.
how high a fire are we talking here?
And what if it has resistance one way or another?
Or
Mm.
what if it just simply walks through it because it's a
Can.
fucking monster?
That thing was bloody massive.
We need information on our target. Too many questions, too many variables, too many what ifs. We need info. How the
We have a lot
fuck are we
of
gonna get
assumptions.
info on that thing? It's not even here anymore.
I think we've got as much
Rat?
info as we muster.
Zolvian's looking around paranoidly. Rat.
Right? Richter's the foremost expert, for lack of better terms, and even then I think his information is limited.
The thing by its very nature obfuscates everything about itself. We can only learn so much before we have to act.
And I think we've come to a point where acting is our option.
Ajax fishes around in one of the satchels he has on him and pulls out this very peculiar looking case. It's see-through, so it's clearly made of glass or something equivocal to it. You ever seen like an etch and sketch? It's like that.
Yeah.
And you can see this sort of compressed smear sample inside it. This very womb fluid looking pink fleshy little bits in it sort of
Womb
sample.
fluid.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Those of you that were there to recover Richter, this is what he was coated in and surrounded by when he got dissociated out of the West.
it's
Yeah.
fluid.
Like he was tested on
Gross.
this thing.
Yeah.
So what'd you find?
God.
I haven't had the time to really look into it.
Do you have time?
You make time now.
Exactly.
That's why I'm asking all of you.
Well, yeah.
At least gotta start, I think. We don't have anything else that
Yeah.
we're doing right this second, other than talking.
Amber also left me her experiment. This toxin she's been cooking up. I wasn't the only one that grabbed samples that night. Violet does
Tim.
saunter over, like, samples? My sister?
Samples? It'd actually be impressive if you could find a way to poison that thing. I imagine it's probably completely immune to poison to some degree.
Or at least
I-
vulnerable to something.
I might be of assistance. Iverson just sort of chimes in, staring at the smear sample.
Mhm.
Not the
I
first
hate
time I had
that
to
term.
poison something. And I guess I'm not too far away from it. Sabrina looks at him as he says, like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? She gets no
They're
answer.
kidnapping kids too?
She gets no fucking answer.
She gets no answer. I just stares at him for a lot longer.
He just doesn't look back. Just keep staring forward. Don't look at her. Don't look at her. Don't look at her.
And we still need to solve the... He looks at Sabrina, looks at you guys like, we already told her. Like, he's like, we already told her. Like, you can see it, like, going through his head. Like, did we tell her? Yeah, we told her. And the farmer's market. You guys could see Uranov sort of... Not get a PTSD episode, but he just sort of visibly flinches at the mention of it.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes, that thing that we
The
thought was the
wings.
biggest problem here about 3 days ago.
Those fucking wings. I can never stop hearing them.
We'll figure
I'm
it out.
sorry. No, don't be sorry. Just make it go away.
We will. Soon enough, those wings won't flap ever again. But one thing at a time. That said, on the topic of the whisk, Silas, you mentioned that it could be have some. What am I trying to say? It could have some sort of resistance to fire. That said, it is a creature of flesh, of organic matter. It can, at least to our knowledge, not replicate anything inorganic. I think fire is one of the few things non-magical that probably could harm it. At the very least, it would mar its flesh. Maybe even make it hard to...
Change into different forms
Shift.
Exactly.
without having to discard that lump of flesh itself.
Things worth a try.
Burned skin does get tighter, doesn't it?
It does
It's
get some more
tighter,
difficult to move.
scars, kills the
Blister.
cells. If I know that.
If I know that. He has a 5 intelligence, it's fine. Or plus five.
I know,
That's
that's
the
why.
We are operating under the assumption in this setting that they have germ theory and bacteria theory, which is, say, desanitization. So that means they probably do know about cells and microorganisms. And maybe not to the point where they name the microorganisms, but they know that you should keep your hands clean before you stick your arms in someone's gut.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Or mouth.
Is there any
Or
way
anywhere.
we can make an ever-burning chemical kind of thing and get it on the damn creature?
Napalm?
Yeah,
Well,
I can remember the word.
There is such a chemical out there, but the production of it is very... Violet just sort of stops, guarded. It's
Why?
one of me and Amber's uncles developed it some time ago. It's what got him his Maestro title.
Any way to contact him and possibly get the assistance for this? Or will he not share that with just anyone?
Within the day?
The production of it... I know he can make some amount of it, a smaller amount of it in short time, but he thinks on it. to get him out here and all that, I can't say for certain. She thinks, no, she shakes her head. He won't help us. Not while our other uncle's here. This is our test. We can't be relying on them for everything.
Shit.
That's fair.
Unless she stands across the group. Never mind. I doubt anyone here can make it by happenstance.
Not my forts. Well,
No.
I'm assuming Morgan doesn't have any familiarity with it.
It's a covert secret to know.
Okay, so
The term
I was
is
thinking
you can actually
maybe as
in
like
the
a
alchemist
tactics.
class. It's called a strelacine.
Oh, that's a
It is magic napalm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, what happens if we took shocking grass, put it in a liquid, and then threw it at a target? That teleportation fluid is not the same, but in a different branch that leads up to it. If that makes
Correct.
sense, right?
Different texture.
Yeah, it's a
Exactly,
different
exactly.
texture. It's liquefied crystals, whereas a strelacine is more alchemical and organic. Organic napalm.
Organic
Oh,
napalm.
At the very least, we
Vegans
could,
love it.
At the very least, we could possibly make, I don't know, Molotov cocktails. That's classic. Fucking make it eat them.
Anushka can change firearm damage types how many times? Or
What
how often?
hair short rest? I
like the
want to say.
short rest we just took?
Correct. That means that
Correct.
you can only apply it to one at a time. You got do like 7 at
Yeah,
currently.
yeah.
Right.
It's only one.
Could I? Because it's currently on mine, unless it's yours and one other.
It's mine and one other person. Yeah, they're the Tinker's tools.
Is it too late to have changed ours to fire?
Hey, remember that super legal explosives guy? Would he have any, like, fire bombs? Like,
I
really
wonder.
good fire bombs?
I mean, I think it's worth an ask.
I wonder if the
Mhm.
bomb guy has bombs that have
Yeah,
fire.
I mean,
Okay,
I wonder
yeah,
if
smartass.
he has fucking bombs,
Don't brush your teeth.
I'm
hung out-
just saying.
You guys hung out from one time, so you guys didn't exactly get a look around the place because it was sort of scrubbed of, possessions.
It was very clean.
Clean.
It was
It was
super
clean.
tiny.
It was. I mean, I think it's
Kicks
definitely
in the
worth
front door.
like,
Give us your
checking out.
fire.
We just need traditional bombs. Just give us anything you got, man.
I
Give
think
them
we
six.
might be able to like hit up Sabrina and be like, hey, can you make like a writ of just like, you're good this one time. Go ballistic.
Or we just do it.
I mean, you guys are the ones in charge of town right now, so.
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
So by all accounts, her authority is only de facto at this point. She's the one that cuts the paychecks.
So it sounds like someone's going to visit bomb guy.
Yeah.
Morgan's not
It's
against
not.
I mean, I can
go.
go if you guys want, and then
it. No, Morgan's
You
not
I would
against
Yeah.
I've been
say
there before.
You should go, Anushka.
it. Okay.
Ajax, Violets, Iverson.
They're off doing their toxin-y thing.
No, Ajax is doing the toxin thing. He's the only one working on that. These, well, I guess Iverson could help with. Yeah, we'll help with that one. Delvit, Tolis is out. Amber's out. America's not magically trained, but is magical. Kasai is not magically trained, but is magical. I think she'd be better following you guys. Yeah, those are the only peoples working on other problems, so to speak.
Which means the rest of us need to find something to do in the meantime. I think. What would Alessandro do? I think Alessandro would probably take. Oh, Ajax is busy. Fuck. Let's see, anyone else here good at identifying ambush points? Oscar, maybe? Vaso
Yeah.
as well?
Oscar's a slayer, not a seeker, unfortunately. They don't do ambushes, they just run at the target and kill it.
Damn, really?
The seekers are the ones that set up the slayers to get in position, the slayers just execute.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I'll take
Vasu might be able to help, yeah.
Vaso and Kasai out to the field to see if we can find a good ambush spot.
On a picnic.
If Anushka is going to get bombs from her not girlfriend, could Morgan go help with the ambush spot
From this
then?
person, she met like once.
Yes.
Yeah, one time.
Okay. Could she go and try to help with the ambush thing? I think she.
Sure. But I will say ahead of time, your maneuver doesn't automatically apply to it.
I was just mentioning it as because they were talking about ambushes. That's it.
Just making sure. So you aren't gonna go there like, well, I wouldn't have come out here if I didn't know it would have worked.
I just.
Because I can totally hear you saying that. So, divide your guys' teams over here.
Little goblin. I don't know, you had a little goblin in your room, Kirsty.
I mean,
You little
it
cackle.
doesn't surprise anyone.
Sorry.
Cade will find solace in a very simple manner at the temple. You guys are welcome to join him. Oscar will go with him.
Seconding silence.
Lord to Lord. Well, I guess Oscar's not a Lord, he's only a Sir, but he's getting there.
I know that we know not as characters that they'll be back before a long rest, probably. But we as characters don't know that, so genuinely, unless there's something better for Silas to do, Silas is gonna try and take a long rest of just like, I don't know, meditating or something to get that spell slot back.
Yeah, so you're out of action.
Unless I will say they are like, if someone's like, if you need me, come get me, but I'm just going to rest.
I think March will do the same.
The two bards are resting.
They're just vibing.
He's not a bard.
I know.
Richter will look around town for any alternative ambush spots. He's not a man of the field anyway, so he can't really be much help there. And if nothing else, this will keep him busy. Uranoff will assist him on that front. So we'll go with you. I'll just down up when Fred gets here. He can go wherever he
exists
wants.
off in the corner.
So Silas is resting, so we'll put you in March and
Tucker just
center.
moves like this way.
We
Morgan's
rested.
coming with Alexander.
And then Zol's... I don't know what Zol's gonna do. Voss's gonna view. Zol's cousin is to the east of town, so you're out over there. Sabrina will stay at Town Hall, I guess. Actually, no. She's gonna go with Richter. If nothing else, she has a lot of questions. Alright, so what does that leave? That leaves us Zol, Otani, Hafren / Oswald, and America.
Call him Oswald.
Awesome. / Oswald. Hafren / Oswald.
Captain.
I mean, Zol could just go hang out with the mayor, but that wouldn't do anything productive.
So,
let's see.
how's it feel being the laughstock of the town?
How's it feel being a dumbass who got locked in jail willingly?
Stupid idiot.
Dumb fuck.
He probably won't say that to keep the illusion going.
Yeah.
Just got a little
Never assume you've won the lie until the lie is over. Where would they go? Man, I actually don't know.
Who's going where?
Where these guys are going. Because they can't really help in ascertaining ambush spots, securing town. They can't really do any of that. Not with 4 of them.
Do we need to, like, clear the town at all? Or
That's your guys' goal to make.
Sounds like we're taking the fight out.
Yeah.
So
That's
keeping
it.
everyone in is probably...
they could go around and just, I don't know, gather resources for us, like if needed. Like,
There's,
they need this, that, and
what-
the other for toxins. Okay.
There's buildings in that, in like homes and farmhouses outside the walls, right?
There are
Send
cottages.
them on that.
Sure.
Tell them everyone to come into the walls, gather in the what's it called?
City Hall?
Mid roll.
The mid-roll? Stay in the
Yeah.
tavern, not the protect the town.
It'd probably be City Hall
Yeah.
for capacity's sake.
Damn, I was gonna say the mid roll and have drinks be on us.
I was gonna say, like,
if you guys
give
wanna do
them
that.
business.
Yep.
No, City Hall's safer and cheaper.
Yeah.
But making friends with the farmers.
So you guys probably are winning a lot of friends in general. Taking martial control of the town, just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
We'll get there one day, maybe. I hope.
So, you guys split up. I will make this one really fast. Anushka, you go over to Felsik's cousin's abode. Do you remember his name?
Not in the slightest.
Mm-hmm. So you go to his house then.
Yes.
You go to his workshop and it is locked.
I assume she knocks on the door, right? Is there like a house nearby, like next door
Nope.
or anything? Or
Nope. He lives in the middle of nowhere because it turns out when you make explosives, they kick you out of town.
Oh.
Shit, I never
Crazy.
thought this through. I don't know where he lives. Oh, you never meant. Okay, if she like. Here's the windows, there's no light in there or movement or anything, right?
Nope.
Fuck.
There is a note on the back door that just says, "Out of town, we'll be back later."
Let's break in.
I don't want to break in. Oh no. Okay. Where would she find Felsik? She wouldn't be down at the pub, would she? She mentioned being down at a river, saying she likes to hang out there. Can Ishka try going down there to try and track down Felsik?
Sure. A lot of back and forth travel.
Yeah.
You do not spot Felsik after traveling for, I don't know, an hour and some change.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god!
Oh, I thought it was just outside. Okay, shit. Who would she? I'm trying to remember. What did she work for? It was the hunting thing, right? So I'm assuming Sabrina's probably the one that pays her, right? Did she have a good idea of where she would be? Did she even tell me? Can I try that? Just like sprint on over to the town hall?
She's not at town hall.
Oh, she's not. Where was she?
She's
now?
with Richter.
With Richter.
somewhere in-
Yeah.
Somewhere in the city.
No.
It's not hard to find them because like there's very few people walking around the city. It's under lockdown at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You find her, Richter, and Uranov at a crossroads of sorts, but it's in the back alley, so it's a major connecting point between buildings.
Okay, man, she's just like jogging up, coated as well. Just like,
Is something wrong?
yeah, I'm just an idiot. It's fine. Do you know where Felsic could be? I'm trying to get into her cousin's
The
workshop.
wild girl?
I guess